Well, you know, Pocahontas County is it really is almost heaven here. It's the almost heaven part of West Virginia.
I love it here, it's beautiful. I tell everybody about Pocahontas County.
Pocahontas County in West Virginia, once a hunting ground for Native American Indians. The county is named in honor of the daughter of Pocahontas, chief of the Powhatan Indians. All water flows out of the county, making it the birthplace of 8 rivers. Once the railroad arrived in 1900, timbering became a dynamic industry for the entire area. Tourism can now cause the county population to swell to 3 times more than the regular residents. Pocahontas Memorial Hospital has been intertwined in the lives of the visitors and residents of the area for nearly 100 years. Joe and Peg Greenlee's family has a decades-long history of visiting the area.
My sister and her husband, going back, were very favorite people for Pocahontas County. In fact, at the time they were going up there, they would take their bicycles down to the railroad station, get on the train, go up to Lewisburg, transfer the train up to Siebert, get off with their bicycles, and then they'd ford the river over into the park. That's got the family started in that area up there.
State Park.
And then I kind of picked up on that, and Watoga became kind of a family type situation.
Eventually, the Greenlees looked for and found property that allowed them to be regular visitors.
We came out around the top of the hill and looked down into the valley where the river was. And I looked down in the valley and I said, oh, there's Shangri-La.
In 2016, while enjoying the fall colors of the Greenbrier River, Peg needed emergency services.
I woke up one morning, probably, it was still dark, it was in September, and I was really sick to my stomach and I couldn't get my breath. I told Joe, I said, I gotta have help. And so you called the 911. The ambulance from the hospital came to Hillsboro, and the fire department, their ambulance, escorted them down to our cabin. And they decided when they took my vitals and stuff to take me to the hospital.
They saved her life. I mean, let's say that right up front. I think she would have expired if they not taken immediate care and done what they did.
This is the nearest healthcare facility for an hour's drive. It's so important. The first hour of care, if you've had a heart attack or a stroke, or you've been in a car accident or some other trauma on the ski slope or four-wheeler, that first hour of care is so important. If we don't have a hospital here, it would be just such a tragedy for this wonderful community.
We are one of the largest counties square footage-wise, but the smallest in population. Because we are the playground for most of the West Virginia tourists that come through here, we recognize very quickly that our emergency department's going to see a lot of trauma. So it was important for us to receive that certification. We are a level 4 trauma center, and we like to ensure that we have state-of-the-art equipment so that when someone is visiting and needs our assistance, we're not only here, but we are qualified to take care of them.
Everybody told us before we left Richmond, why do y'all want to go to the mountains? all you doctors is down here.
Like there's no health care
There's
there.
no health care there.
And
We've proven them wrong.
yes, we sure have.
Well, I've found that the folks here in the community are very engaged and very proud of their healthcare community and very proud of the hospital.
You get good service when you're here. They have good doctors here. The people care about people. That's the best part of it. The patient care is the best part.
Community pride is the foundation of how the staff takes care of people in times of need.
And I had this lovely little gal. Her name was Vicky. She was a nurse's aide, and she took wonderful care of me. She was so sweet.
When I was up here this last time, she was in Richmond, and I was up here, and they admitted me. And a girl at the front desk, which we just know from up here, Ashley, and she went to my house and got all my clothes, got my
Fed the cat.
fed the cat, got my medicine.
We are so blessed to be able to enjoy this beautiful outdoors area. But a part of being able to really enjoy it is to maintain good health, to be able to have, the resources we need to keep up our own health. And part of that is good primary care health, having an attachment with being able to see our family doctors on a regular basis, and our family doctors being able to be equipped with the resources they need to be able to help us have preventive care and just what we need so that we can keep on enjoying this beautiful life.
Building on our past, building for our future is a fundraising campaign to expand the hospital by 11,000 square feet. The new wing that will be added to the left of the hospital will enhance the rural health care clinic to better serve the area's population. The expansion also includes the addition of an outpatient surgery center, increased physical and occupational therapy services. It will expand the emergency department. It will also update the radiology department, and it creates a mammography department. Rita and Walt Helmick are co-chairs of the expansion campaign.
We both understand the need for this hospital. We're honored to be a part of that, and I think that it behooves most anybody that can afford it. If you can afford to give, this is the time to contribute to something as meaningful to this community and West Virginia in general.
I think that the new expansion will actually help us adapt to healthcare as it is right now. You think about this organization or this building being built in the mid-90s and how things have changed so much. Healthcare has shifted pretty much from inpatient to an outpatient service since then. There are far more diagnostics that are considered basic to healthcare. You'd think you would need less space in a modern healthcare, but no, we actually need more space. Additionally, with that extra outpatient service, we need space for our providers to see our patients as well. What we have right now is not adequate for serving this community.
The Greenlees, because of their lifelong love of the area and as thanks for the care Peg received, provided the funding for project planning.
To get this thing started, we hired an architect, a hospital architect, to come up with a full detail plan of how the hospital could expand. He came in and individually spent time with each department head in the hospital, like, what would you like to have if you had everything you want, what would you have? And the architect reduced that to drawings. And that then became the focal point for anything. You can't do anything in terms of going to government agencies to try to get money unless you got a plan.
That plan was used to apply for and receive a $5.7 million renovation loan from the U.S. Department of Agriculture earlier this year. Joe and Peg Greenlee also donated $1 million of help to the renovation.
God has blessed us richly. We feel like we need to help others. And that's a blessing to God.
I'd just like to see them expand to where they could do surgeries, to where they could do heart attack patients, you know.
It will help you and or your family. These people in this area are wonderful, helping big-hearted people, and they need this hospital to expand the services so they don't have to go out of this county to get health care.
So we need to expand, we need to grow so that we can continue to meet the needs for this community for the next 20 years. I've been here now for almost 40 years. I can't believe it's been that long. And we grew from the little hospital in town that flooded all the time to this wonderful facility that they moved into in 1995. But it's time to expand this property and to be prepared for the next 20 years.
People do come here. They come here and visit, and they're well served at this hospital. But we have to have a medical base to keep and promote tourism in this area, as well as the basic industry that we have.
I love being a part of this kind of campaign, and additionally a building project. Boy, I'm just eager to get at it. It makes such a tremendous difference to the community. It is just absolutely something visible and tangible that you can see that will make a difference for the community for years to come.
Learn more about our campaign. Visit www.pmhcampaign.com for information about the Building on Our Past, Building for Our Future campaign. At the end of the day, who and how we help to better our community matters the most. You can help.